Democrats say that we must follow their prescriptions without question because if we do, our lives will be better. They've promised that to the black community for over 70 years. The black community is still waiting. In fact, blacks and Latinos are turning away from the Socialist Democrat Party in droves in the wake of decades of empty promises, loss of freedom, and totalitarian government rule. Elected Democrats and their media cheerleaders are good for, oppression. But they keep slinging BS, and because of the lack of education provided by government-run schools, there is still a significant number of the population that is crazy enough to buy the BS and vote Democrat. I can summarize the left-wing con with one of their favorite phrases. If it saves just one life, isn't it worth it? And by it, they almost always mean the loss of your freedom, your prosperity, or ironically, your security. If it saves just one life, shouldn't Americans stop voting Democrat? It's a question we post in today's preamble. Often the left wing invokes saving lives when they want to steal rights from law-abiding citizens. They most often employ this specious reasoning when pushing restrictions on our right of self-defense. They will say, if it saves just one life, can't you gun owners just give up your AR-15s or other long gun platforms? Now, research shows that more armed Americans actually brings down crime, saves more lives than disarming people. But there's something else real Americans should focus on. Why doesn't the left-wing standard of saving one life apply to their sacred policies? Let's take the Democrats' love affair with illegal immigration, their love of breaking U.S. law. A recent analysis of government data shows that illegal alien crime is off the charts, brought to you by Democrats and Barack Obama, who is running the Biden regime. The crimes committed by these illegal aliens range from drug trafficking to violent offenses, including murder, sexual assault, robbery, and kidnapping. In fact, 24% of all federal prosecutions for drug offenses were of illegal aliens. Last year, fentanyl killed over 112,000 of our fellow Americans. People with a conscience, which excludes elected Democrats and their apparatchiks in permanent Washington, people with a conscience are sounding the alarm.
What amount of crime committed by illegal aliens is okay? But let me give you a couple of stats that blows that out of the water. Last year alone, in 2023, ICE arrested over 73,000 criminal illegal aliens across our country, including murderers, rapists, pedophiles, aggravated felons, and gang members. From 2011 to 2024, the great state of Texas arrested over 300,000 illegal aliens that committed over 500,000 crimes, including 950 homicides, 1,100 kidnappings, and 60,000 assaults. Don't tell me that this is not a problem.
If it saves just one life, shouldn't we put an end to the Democrats' illegal immigration campaign? Let's look at the Democrats' crowning foreign policy achievement, the worst defeat for the United States in the modern era, the withdrawal from Afghanistan. Let's examine this headline from left-wing journalists at Reuters. Notice where their concern lies. U.S. military deaths in Afghanistan are a nightmare scenario for Biden. While real Americans were grief-stricken by the 12 killed service members and 15 wounded, Reuters fretted over the impact those deaths would have on the political fortunes of their beloved, unqualified, buffoonish Joe Biden. Lest we forget the innocent Afghans who were also slaughtered because of Democrat incompetence and indifference to human life. And one of the Joe Biden enablers, General White Rage Milley, having to admit to a congressional panel just yesterday, he has no idea how many Americans the Democrats abandoned and left behind to the tender mercies of the terrorist Taliban. It's almost too much to take, isn't it? Most Americans can understand why Stephen Nakui, overcome with sorrow and grief at losing his son to Democrat callousness and anti-Americanism in Afghanistan, lashed out at the empty-headed vessel that the left wing is using to punish America.
To state the obvious, all Americans deserve the freedom to be safe, and America is safer today than when I took office. Year before I took office, murder rates went up 30%. 30% they went up. The biggest increase in history. It was then.
For exercising his free speech and his dissatisfaction with the childish conduct of government,